Before today's episode starts, I want to tell you about our sponsor. Thank you so much, Village Pizza. Village Pizza is the home of pizza in Perry County. They have a wide variety of toppings, desserts, and other high-quality items on their menu. They offer the highest of quality when it comes to dining in all of Perry County. Village is an excellent option if you're looking for an affordable meal, good employees, and a great environment. And if you want to throw a party, what better way to cater it than with a guaranteed W party food? Its staff is always hard at work providing you homemade ingredients all mixed into a perfect circle cut into triangles. Their pizzas are more than good. They are great. And if you're looking for a good job, Village Pizza is always looking for helping hands in the kitchen and up front. So go pick you up an application and start your journey as the pizza man you always dreamed of being. They are located at 853 Squirrel Hollow Drive in Linden, Tennessee. So go get you some Village Pizza and kick back and enjoy this episode of the Perry County Podcast. What's up, Perry County? Welcome back to the Perry County Podcast, Perry County's #1 podcast. Thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing.
And today we're missing Andrew again, sadly, because he is on a church trip.
He is at TCTC up in Gatlinburg. By the time this comes out, he's already back. So
Yeah, he'll be back by the time this ever goes out.
maybe it was good.
Yeah, hopefully.
But yeah, me and Trent, we just been hanging out, man. Went to a ball game last night.
Killed time.
Yeah, I left.
Yeah, I don't blame you. We demolished Clarksburg.
I seen about 5 minutes of it, and I thought, yeah, they're going to win. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest. Today's guest is my own blood. It is the Christian Tinin. How's it going?
Nice to have you on.
Yeah, it's about time. I built this set like 4 years ago.
What were you going to use
And then we
this
modified it.
Well, this is back when I thought I was wanting to do like this whole YouTube thing, but then I realized I just didn't have the time. So do I need to look at this camera or just look at y'all? What are my cues?
Man, you kind of just look at us, man. I mean,
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I hardly ever look at the camera. Every once in a while I'll glance over at it.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty,
might start glancing over and winking at the people every once in a while.
I mean, it's pretty rough, but podcast, you gotta
Uh-oh.
watch the camera.
Pants were unzipped.
I'm Trenton over here trying to film a different kind of video today, but I don't know if we're gonna hop into that.
No. At the end of the day, I'm still 17.
Yeah, but
So we're back.
we are back.
We are back. Had a small incident happen.
Had a small little incident.
Coinky
occur.
dink. That's what we like to call those, the coinky
Fair
dinks.
enough.
Just call those, happy little mistakes.
Yeah.
Like
Chalk
Bob
all over
Ross.
now.
Just some happy little accidents.
Covered in chalk.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, where were we at?
We were.
He was talking about what he's gonna use this set for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, so like I thought I wanted to do the whole YouTube thing like 2018 or so, like right when I was finishing tech school. I mean, I bought the camera, built this little like hodgepodge mess. I thought it looked neat. I'm glad it's just getting used. This is my personal lamp, built out of like gas line,
Nice.
and that one's built out of like old ceiling fan parts.
Yeah, for the first episode of the podcast, we just sat chairs. I just sat 4 chairs, and yeah, that's what I used.
It wasn't the vibe.
Yeah,
It
it
honestly wasn't the vibe.
really wasn't a vibe. I like table, and also
Good table. I feel like I'm important.
yeah, it's kind of like a little radio set.
Yeah. If I'm not important to nobody else, I feel important to myself.
The microphone too.
Oh yeah, this is his
That's
snowball
my
too.
microphone too, and my pop filter.
I actually drilled this hole in the table because I didn't have this little stand, and I just dropped the mic in there, and it was like leaned back.
Yeah, it propped back just a little bit, but it works. It works. Then we ended up buying another mic. That just 2 mics wasn't the move.
We tried the two
yeah.
mics, but it made like a weird echo
Yeah,
effect.
it had like a weird feedback loop from it.
Yeah, I just have to figure it out to get it again. I mean, one day I think we're gonna make this a little bigger, maybe, and
Yeah.
maybe ditch the table and put some like a couch or something.
I mean, a couch would be cool. But honestly, a good idea to do either build it up out of pallets or get some 2x4s and do a little bit of framing. It's gonna get hot in the summertime in here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So,
We're
Oh, don't worry. I know this place is not insulated at all.
we are aware of this. And,
The Christian Morales episode, it was a solid 27-ish degrees in here.
oh, it was awful. Like it was so bad. You could
Like-
see our breaths.
Yeah, it feels good in here today because it's about 45 outside.
yeah. I
about-
mean, the issue is though, with this shop when it was built, Jeff Tatum he had this concrete poured 8 inches thick instead of 4.
Yeah.
So when it's cold, this concrete floor will just keep it cold in here for days. Same goes for when it's hot.
Yeah, it was really cold in here that day. We went and shot the weird cake video because there's still snow and stuff on the ground.
yeah, ooh. I don't want to talk about that video ever again, honestly.
Well, at least with y'all in here, y'all haven't set anyone on fire in here yet.
Not
When
yet.
Back when I blacksmith in here, over in that corner over there, people have been set on fire.
How many people were set on fire?
2 or 3. Never myself.
Always somebody else?
You broke your toe over there though,
Yeah, I
didn't
did
you?
break my toe over there, yes. With a sledgehammer. It was tough.
Wonderful.
16th birthday, right?
Yeah, 16th or 17th. Two amazing things happened. I broke my toe and I found Fergus. Not in that order.
Found Fergus and then broke his toe immediately after.
Yeah, he's
I'm pretty
bad.
sure that should have been a good
It's an
sign.
omen.
That should have been a good sign to get rid of Fergus.
Oh, it's too late. He's precious.
That cat has tried to kill me on multiple occasions, not just one. I hate that cat.
Oh, he's sweet. I remember this one time, Connor, he was like, "Hey, kitty baby." That enraged this cat. That cat was chasing him all around the house, just clawing at him, biting at him. He was,
Dude, that cat was on a mission to kill me. Like he was.
I remember one of the first time, it was second time I ever stayed the night here. I fell asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night, not being able to breathe. And as soon as I open my eyes, all I can see is an orange cat standing on my throat, staring into my soul. I'm going to need a few pieces of this.
But
I have not ate supper yet.
yeah, Fergus did not like getting called Kitty Baby.
oh, absolutely not.
I put a little Christmas collar on him,
Yeah.
and he shredded it off.
I seen him. You know what clothes do?
Last night I put him in the top cabinet,
Oh, why would you do that?
and
What?
it didn't go well.
No,
he
I've
got
seen-
stuck, and I had to
I've
climb
seen
up
the
a ladder.
videos. I've seen it.
Connor, can you help?
Oh, Lord.
Do you fancy some pizza?
No, I'm good. I ate.
No.
Actually ate Madre Marshall's food. That's what he ate. Did you fancy some pizza?
Yeah, man, I'll take me a piece, but locally brought to us by Village Pizza. Christian's pulling out his bag of goodies.
Oh, I did bring a bag of tricks.
Ooh, a
So
bag of
start
tricks.
Setting my on fire.
What do you got there?
Oh, just a sparkler. There you go.
Oh, well, thank you. Is this for episode? This would be what,
Episode-
13?
Whatever
Or 14.
milestone you're on here, you need to know that.
This would
That's
be
been in my
episode
pocket for a minute.
13.
Episode 13.
Yeah.
Good deal. It's the lucky number 13.
Lucky
Yeah,
number
and-
13
and
and,
we're
200
playing with fire.
subscribers.
And we're playing with fire.
And to beat Kevin Tinin. Well, it was worth the...
No, we can't set this book on fire.
I mean, everything's flammable, man.
That is
Everything
true.
is flammable, especially with enough gasoline and or diesel.
Nah, man, you don't need nobody still that.
You just need ambition and a good lighter.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, a shot of gas helps everything once in a while.
Yeah, but
Especially whenever you're going up a big embankment.
Yeah.
yeah. So this episode is brought to you by the DMV. You're going to be passing your driver's test today.
Yay! We can't use my truck. My truck's missing a headlight.
No, it's the written test first.
Oh, written tests were good.
But all right, what are our topics for the day?
Tell me about all your jobs.
Oh Lord.
Where'd you start out at?
Down there at Linden Valley.
Ooh, the starting place for what seems to be most Tinins.
Yeah. Back in 2013, I think. Was there for a long time. Who even knows?
Started when he was 14.
Yeah.
And then left when you were
So
like
you
22.
were born in 99 then?
Like that. No, 98. Oh, 98. But yeah. So started there. Worked there for a long time. Basically to like 2020 or 2020 really. So I put in a good 7 years or so.
It was a long sentence down at the valley.
It was. I've seen many people come and go. Yeah, and I remained.
That's the way I felt. I was like the sole survivor.
Man, you don't even know. But anyway, yeah, so I was there. Learned a lot of neat skills there. Very helpful things. Then I was with the Postal Service for 3 years. A lot of fun things there.
Still have a van with 2 steering wheels.
It actually has no steering wheels at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did just try to sell me this van
That
about
is true.
10 minutes ago.
That is true. It was a good one. It made me a lot of money, but it also cost a lot of money.
Come on, you need the boogie bus, Trent.
You do need the boogie bus. Right now it has the Vice Grip Special on it. Clamp down on those real hard. As soon as you get about 35 miles an hour, that power steering fluid kicks in and it just steers like a dream.
You can feel like an airplane driver. You put 2 on there.
Yeah. Look, the reason I got that idea, because I was actually working at NYX at the time, because that's where I left after the Postal Service. And it was a fun job. So my steering wheel broke in the NYX parking lot. So that's why I just brought it up here. I was like, I'll figure it out later. Later has not come yet.
We're still in the in the later,
In the
section.
getting to later stages.
It could
Yeah.
happen tomorrow or it could happen later. You never know.
Exactly. The thing is, I have to find a steering wheel that fits it, and then because the steering wheel broke, like it's just the steering column is there and a bolt. So it's rough. Yeah. So now I am. I'm just a cook. Probably going back to NYX, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Cook at Natchez Trace.
Let's not talk about it.
So you do or you don't like your job?
Oh, we no comment.
Well, maybe not like do you like or do you not like your job, but what about those kids getting out not too long ago?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to cut this part because
Okay, well then never mind.
yeah, we're gonna have to like clip all that out because basically they told us if you make a comment on it, you get fired.
Okay.
Great First Amendment right.
10-4.
All right, 1, 2, 3. So, how many cars have you owned?
That's another good question. I haven't really kept track of it. I've owned a lot.
Which one was your favorite though?
Why would you do that? Definitely. I really like my Mercedes that I own right now. It's probably one of my favorites. I mean, that Impala will always be my favorite just because it's a classic, real sentimental. But the ones that I have purchased myself, it'll have to be that Mercedes just because it's like I work on it. Like it's my goal to just do all the work myself, to teach myself with it, and plus it's an old like diesel engine. So
It's just a little tractor.
yeah, man,
Basically.
it is, and it's
That's
really
what they had
rusty,
in 'em.
so you get real lightheaded when you drive it, and it's a really great feeling. Takes you back.
I probably feel like you're on a plane for a different reason than that. I feel like you're driving a plane for a different reason than that one.
No. I mean, it is it's fun, though. There's no heat, so you freeze. But, I mean, the sunroof and everything works. It really is a testament to Mercedes and how well built their cars actually were back in the day.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's like an 82 or an 84 190D model. And that thing is a tank. Like, I was going down Crooked Creek one time. I was going like 60 miles an hour. A deer jumps out of nowhere. All it does is just knock the mirror off. The deer is just a red mist. And it just felt like, boom, and we're good.
Chugga, chugga, chugga,
We
chugga.
just kept on chugging.
Were you with him in that instant,
No.
Connor?
No, I was just coming up here, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Ooh, poor soul.
I mean, it didn't matter. Like, I hit it. It was just spinning in the background. I was like, well, I'm going to be late if I stop.
What about talking about like red mist and just like weird happenings? What about your time at TCAT up in Dixon going through HVAC?
Oh, God. I didn't realize that you had to be on drugs to have an HVAC job. I didn't realize that was part of the process.
Well, Trenton's going into HVAC.
I've been thinking about it.
Don't. Unless you like crawling through like dead animals under crawl spaces and like waste and everything else and being covered in fiberglass insulation. Don't.
Glad I'm used to insulation and dead animals.
Yeah, I mean, there's money there, but there's also better trades. There are much better trades. If you want to do your own company, you'll deal with a lot of crackheads. I almost died because I did do a little bit of HVAC work. I got way too hot. Like, I don't even remember where I passed out or if I got drug out from under a crawl space. I just remember waking up against a brick wall in Hornwall, just like so out of it. And it's like, hey, you're finally awake. You know, like classic Skyrim meme.
Yeah.
Hey, you're finally awake.
And like, I went home and I almost died. I laid on that couch in our parents' living room for like 3 weeks. Turns out my kidneys were about to shut down, so bit bitter taste in my mouth from HVAC. Plus, I didn't have an instructor. Like, we went through like 3 instructors while I was at TCAT Dixon. Maybe I shouldn't say the name. I don't care. It was awful. I mean, I left them a bad review. Then they was like, what? Why? Like, well, the first instructor we had, he got fired because he was always high. Like, he had a pill problem. And, I mean, it's common knowledge. So they fired him. And so when he's cleaning out his office, he decided to take every piece of equipment with him, including the units, to start his own business. And so then my instructor that I had, he come in, and he did the best that he could, but this dude before him already blew the school's budget for it. And the school wouldn't give him any more money, and they wasn't any sympathetic to him. So I sat there and just read books. Like, I read my textbooks. I took my tests. And the one poor, like, 20-year-old unit that somebody donated out of the kindness of their heart, we worked on. I knew it frontwards and backwards. But, again, it was an R22 unit, and those are phased out. Now we use the eco-friendly R410A refrigerant. So, you can't even really use R22, and it's not common anymore. So it's no purpose in learning it.
That's true.
But, so then he quit. That instructor quit because we had a dual enrollment thing. So this 16-year-old come in just drunk. He threw up everywhere and was giggling like, I'm drunk. And so our instructor took him up to the office as per the handbook stated, because he had a military background. He was a very cut and dry man.
Yeah.
So he basically was like, hey, this student's drunk. We need to call his parents because he's underage. He's 16. And they's like, oh, no, he's just sick. He don't feel good. So they let this drunk 16-year-old drive home. And so that was it. My instructor's like, I can't work for a place that holds its own image above the safety of a child. So he quit. And then we didn't have an instructor for like 2 or 3 months. Everyone quit. It was just me and this one dude who was just asleep at a desk with like a sub coming in and out like a couple hours to check on us, make sure we were still there. So I just did the tests that I needed to do to graduate, and I left. It was...
I mean, I guess you do what you got to do. I've heard the course has gotten better since then.
Do they have a younger guy there?
I don't know.
Yeah, they probably do. The dude's an idiot.
I don't know exactly who it is, but...
It's fine. And then, like, I got my job at the post office as I was leaving. And he was like, because they make you write, like, a letter, like, if you don't get a job in the field you went to school for. And it was just like, he's like, oh, man, like, you're really, like, bad-mouthing. I was like, no, I just wrote about my experience. There's nothing negative. This is just what happened.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry that you've only been here for, like, 2 weeks. And he's like, look, let me be honest. If I was in your position, I'd take the post office job, too. I wouldn't work in HVAC. So when the instructor tells you that, it's not good.
Yeah. Honestly, with HVAC, there's specific places you need to work.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely don't need to.
And see, the bad thing about it, I wanted to do like commercial stuff. Like I wanted
Yeah.
to work on like walk-in coolers, walk-in freezers. The website still said that they did commercial because that's why I chose Dixon, because there's other like places of TCAT facilities that were just the regular old like HVAC stuff, but Dixon was the only one near that had the commercial. And when I got accepted, when I got there, they was like, "Oh yeah, we quit doing the commercial like a couple of months ago." I was like, "Well, when I signed up, it was there." "Oh well, yeah, we just don't do it no more. You can't get that certification." And they'd already taken my money at that point, so I was like, "Well, I guess I'm stuck here."
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you had no choice but to just go ahead
Yeah,
and
just
finish
ride it out.
It's something like experience to have with TCAT.
It is definitely, and I feel like it's about that way in anything. Just HVAC was not the right choice for myself.
Yeah.
You might have better luck in it.
I don't know. Here recently, I've been kind of thinking of doing like a mixture of all, like maybe going HVAC, getting plumbing too.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I mean, anything that don't have you crawling in attics is the way to go.
And plumbing's just puzzles.
Plumbing
is
a lot of
puzzles for adults.
Make sure it goes downhill.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. Like, honestly, and the way to really go, plumbing and electrical work is really the way to do it. HVAC is those two things combined because you have to make sure you have like airtight plumbing because that refrigerant, which is also highly flammable. Like, we've almost caught several people on fire there too.
What's up with you and catching people on fire?
It hasn't been me. I've never set anyone on fire.
I
Just been around it, you know?
I have just been in several places where people have caught themselves on fire.
have a question. Are you like a undercover pyromaniac?
No, I'm actually a volunteer firefighter.
He's reformed from his pyro days, and now he's putting out the fires with Caden Pinkerton.
Nice. This is what we like to hear.
Yeah,
I like Caden.
I like Caden too.
he's a cool guy. But,
He's a goofball.
yeah, I mean, happens.
You think Smoking Willies is the guy starting the fires?
No.
It's just a theory I figured we could get behind.
I mean, I'm just saying. He starts the fires. That way his son can get practice.
Look,
And he can smoke his meats.
Exactly.
I don't quite know if this is the things that I need to be a part of. I can't deface like one of my fellow firefighters now.
No, we love Smoking Willies.
Oh, we love you. We love you.
It's just, he's retired and he's still doing his thing. And,
Yeah, he's quote unquote retired.
He's doing. I think he has like a landscaping business nowadays.
I seen him on New Year's night, right after 12, and he was just showing me all the stuff that he cooked.
Oh.
Yeah, he cooked a lot for New Year's. That was about it.
He was just showing us pictures of it. He was like, "Oh man, it would just melt in your mouth."
Mm-hmm.
Why are you
And
telling
then-
me that?
And then I
Now
was really
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I was like, "Don't tell me these things. It's just gonna make me hungry."
Got my mouth watering for no reason.
Yeah.
He did like it was like a good brisket. And then he was like, "You ever tried smoked cream cheese?"
Oh man, that stuff's divine. I loved it. I made it myself.
Smoked cream cheese. I've never had.
So I got a question for you. What's the wildest adventure we have been on? Me and you. I don't think I can recall like one of the wild. I know we've been on plenty, but not.
I don't know. No, I don't know the wildest. There's been a lot.
There's a time we took my bath. Well, I went and bought my clawfoot tub, and everyone we bumped into, like we met like several of our family members that day, and everyone said the same thing that we said. It's like, "Oh, we got a big old soup pot."
Yeah.
Even in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
Soup pot.
Yeah, we seen Michael that day.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna take that to Papa? Big old
That's a
gumbo
big
pot.
old gumbo pot right there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's got a big cast iron bathtub.
Yep.
That's what his bathtub is. It's cast iron. That thing was heavy.
Look, you didn't have to drag it in and install it. I did all that by myself.
I just remember we went up somewhere weird part of Jackson.
No, we were close to Bemis.
Well, yeah, but we went like towards Jackson. I just remember I fell asleep on the way back and woke up and we was in Lexington.
Yeah.
It happens. I have a question for y'all, and if neither of y'all know, Connor, I have an idea. What about though? It kind of looks like a ladder over there in the corner.
What, that little
The 2x going up the wall.
that was here when we moved in.
I have a question. Do you want to build a loft, Connor?
I've thought about it.
Do you want to build a loft, Connor?
Yeah, I don't trust myself with a loft.
Come on, we can build a loft.
I don't. I've seen your construction here. I don't trust y'all with the loft neither.
I will take full responsibility for the loft.
I'll stay on the ground.
And I'll test it out. Me and Rip and Fergus will go up there.
Hear me out. You see where all these little light bulbs are? What if I put ceiling fans on all of them?
And LEDs.
Ceiling fans just for the cold, for the summer. Just try to circulate things.
And then honestly, in the winter, you can set them go in reverse, and then it'll draw a lot of that cold air up.
If you're going to put that many ceiling fans up there, you're going to have a lot thicker wire and a lot more breaker power.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, Connor, you're an electrician. Where you run the wire?
That's true. I could probably figure it out. Speaking of, me being a, whatever certified electrician, blah blah blah. Why don't we start our own business, man?
I've thought about it. Like, legitimately, I have. Like,
You got the Mario Bros. Why don't we have the Tinin Bros?
listen, man. Like,
I'm just
as
saying.
soon as we get over this podcast ends, I'm gonna hit you with logistics.
I mean, I'm all over it.
Like, you have no idea.
Because I thought about going off on the boat. It's still an option.
You looking for a slave to work for you?
Maybe not that phrase. No, maybe not that wording.
A good, strong worker.
Perhaps.
Young, healthy, semi-smart worker.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what I've also been thinking about? Like, small business things. Like, construction's good. Pressure washing's really where the money's at. Neat things. I've been looking into, like, mycology and, like, the study of mushrooms and stuff. Like, you can grow so many mushrooms, and people will pay good money for, like, the gourmet kind. Like, it's wild.
Sorry,
It'd be like Melanie Cood out there on
Oh, no.
Mimosa Island picking the mushrooms.
I mean, look, I ain't about...
I'm just saying, I don't think she's...
I don't trust myself to pick anything off the ground in the woods and eat it like a fungus because it can either be like something that's really nice and it's like, oh yeah, a gourmet meal, or a trip to the hospital.
Or a whole different kind of trip. Or one of the two. Or one of the three.
But I was thinking, there's the Mario Bros. We could be the Tinin Bros.
I mean,
and we could have a uniform where we wear overalls.
We could. I got plenty of overalls. We should do it.
And then you order red shirts and
I got the
green.
club wagon. We already have our company vehicle.
That's true. You just turn it into a shop in the back.
Exactly. We'll just
Put
take
the shelves and...
Put the shelves in. I mean, let's do it.
The club wagon.
Yeah, it's got the same engine as my truck.
Yeah.
I have seen it. I have been by Christian's house actually here pretty recently.
Have you?
Yeah. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night to be exact.
Creeping around my house.
I got a call from my uncle. He said, "Hey, can you do me a big favor?" As soon as I got off work, and I didn't get off work till like 6:15 that night. I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He was like, "Can you save my hind end?" I was like, "Yeah, what do you need?" He was like, "Before Emily gets home from that ball game in Louisville, I need you to go to my house and put the load of clothes that are in the washer in the dryer. Because I'm in Arkansas right now. I'm staying the night in Arkansas, and I don't want to be in trouble." I was like, "I've got you covered. Don't you worry about it, Jake."
Fair enough.
So we've got primes on standby for you, but not me.
I bought two.
I'm taking a sip of your ice pop prime.
But...
Yeah, I've done that a few times. Like when I carried the mail, like I got lucky enough to carry sometimes on the route that went by my house. Like it was so great, just being able to like stop, just like if I needed to do something, I could throw some laundry in.
I need a munch.
Yeah. Mainly for bathroom breaks, because, man, like.
Sometimes you had to use the bathroom.
Boris freaking out.
Oh,
he's home. He's leaving. He's leaving.
Oh no, he's gone.
He's like, he's home. He's
Look,
leaving.
Man, I'm gonna be honest though, carrying the mail when you had the stomach bug, that was the worst thing ever. Like I had that route out in the boonies, like.
Oh man, you're delivering mail and diseases.
I kept my hands clean. I had some wipes.
What about that house you rolled up on that you said was just like stuff hanging from the trees, like?
Oh God, like there's so many houses that it's just people do whatever they want. I'd roll up. This dude had like a great deer season because he didn't get rid of nothing. Like there's just like deer carcasses hanging from the trees. And like each one of them bucks, like their body was in the tree and each of their heads was on a fence post. Like different decays of just rot. Like I guess he's just letting them, flesh rot away for that European style mount. But
I don't think letting the flesh rot away is normally the way you go about that, but
I mean,
all right then.
look, man, it just happens. I've walked up on so many weird things carrying the mail.
You don't question it no more.
I mean, I don't.
Oh, hold up. Not our new tradition, mine. 13.
What do you mean?
But
Yep.
didn't you like talk to some like weirdo coop about like she was like CIA almost?
No, I don't think so.
I remember Mom was saying something about this weird lady you met on the like she's either like German or Danish or.
Oh no. So there's this one, like, she had a very thick German accent, and I was just there to deliver her packages. Be like, here you go. And like normally as a mailman, I wanted to just get out of there before anybody noticed me. It's like I'm just trying to go about my day, and I don't want to bother you. This lady comes out, and first she's like, hey, do you know Jesus? I was like, yes, I know Jesus. My name is Christian. I'm very well versed in the Lord. And she's like, that's very good, and may you be blessed. And she starts singing in German. She starts singing a hymn in like just straight German, and I'm like, I need to go. I gotta get out of there. Everybody else's mail here. Like, I don't need to be late. It was rough, man.
She started singing a hymn in German.
In German, yes.
Ooh.
And like more power to her, but I was like, I'm just here to deliver your packages.
I'm out. I'm leaving.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Yeah.
I got to go.
I mean, and here's the bad thing. I really think I like threw her off because like I was wearing a Led Zeppelin t-shirt that day.
Like he needs the load.
Yeah. Is it like Led Zeppelin or like or maybe like one of those like shirts that have a skeleton on it or something. And this lady was not having it. Probably my favorite thing though is I was carrying the mail and this dude just gave me 2 turkeys. I love those things. Like
one of those turkeys hated my gut. Like it would stalk me.
No, he was great. That's because he wanted to be your friend. You could pet on him.
I don't know if that turkey liked me, Christian.
He did. I'm telling you, he loved everyone. Like
he would like just slowly creep up on me.
He'd hang out with our Uncle Michael all day long. To be Michael and the turkey.
No, I'd watch that show.
I would, but some blue heathers came and that was the end of him. It was a sad day.
What happened to that one with your wheelbase?
Oh God! So we was on our way to church, and like I shoot him out of the way before I hit it in reverse, and then we hit a bump. My wife was like, "Did you just hit that turkey?" He's like, "No, I shoot him away. It's just a rock." And it's like,
It's not a rock.
It wasn't no rock.
It's a turkey.
It was.
It's not a rock.
Listen though, let me
turkey.
tell you. Like before church, I pulled it out from under the wheel well, butchered it, gutted it real quick. That was the best turkey I'd ever eat.
Nice and tender.
It was. The bad thing was that poor male turkey. He just stood there, just watching. His mouth was just wide open. He was like,
Like, how could you do this?
My wife.
Meanwhile, like our 2 cats we had, they was just like playing tug of war with the intestines. It was awful.
Our old Jeffrey was just. Oh no.
I never named him Jeffrey. I just called him Turkey.
Just Turk.
But yeah, it's probably the best gift I ever got from the mail.
Yeah. Only good thing from the mail routes.
I mean, yeah.
Not the occasional snacks in the mailboxes.
Oh, those are nice. Like,
Oh, people would leave you snacks in the mailboxes?
they left them for the regular mail carrier. See, I was just a part-time worker, but when I found them, I'd eat them.
I mean,
It was mine. It was fair game. He took the day off. He didn't need it.
Jimmy got a text and then that weekend he goes to get his snacks and he calls you, hey man,
I thought they're gone. I am.
what's up with the
Look, I was like always starving. Like, so like people would just see me like this one time. Like, it's a dead end road. Someone left me a whole loaf of banana nut bread. I swallowed that thing whole before I even got to the end of the road. I was always starving. But,
Jimmy just calls you. Where's my banana nut bread?
oh, he got one too. That was some.
It's gone. It's gone.
I mean, most of the people there, they treated us well. Like, they left out snacks for both of us. I just like to think I ate all Jimmy's snacks. But
They just started putting initials on the snacks, CT or JH.
I mean, most of the time if they wanted me to get it, they'd make sure that Jimmy got his, and they'd leave me some on the weekend. But I have to almost be a mechanic on the mail route. I could change a tire in like 10 minutes because I had so many flats. No, not even that. I had like the old style tire iron.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with the tire iron.
Yep.
Christian more like Greedo.
Is it Greedo or Guido?
I don't know. I didn't watch
Greedo's
Cars in years.
Greedo's from Star Wars, my
I
man.
just figured they were both named the same thing.
No, it's Guido.
Yeah.
Same thing, man. Greedo.
Alright, so let's see. What else you got on these topic lists?
I'm going to ask you this one. You may have never heard of this. You ever heard of, like, e-commerce?
E-commerce. Is that essentially where you're...
Drop shipping or SMMAs, anything to do with just, like, selling stuff online that's not yours.
No.
It's a good side hustle.
I mean, listen,
Have you thought about it, Connor?
Oh, I very much thought about it, and I'm probably about to start. So, like, a lot of these things, they make it really easy for you to set it up, and you just got to pay, like, Shopify. That's a big one. That's what a lot of people use. All you got to do is, like, pay $15 a month to have a store on their website, and you can make pretty good profit from it because you can sell any item, and then you just price it the way you want to price it. But, it's just competing with the prices and stuff. But my thinking is all these people are trying to get, like, a good amount out of something. What if I put these items up and just get $1 profit from them?
I mean, that's a thought. It just depends on how much the shipping and everything else will eat into it.
No, see, like, it gives you that price. It gives you the base price of what the people who make it are going to have.
Yeah.
So what if I just made the prices really low and just undercut everybody? Because I'm still going to be making money from it.
That's true. I mean,
if everybody's in there for competition...
I mean,
they're making good money, but I'd be making good money too, right? In my head,
like
because I don't need as much money.
Say they sell 10 for $15 profit. Well,
what if I'm selling them for
$150,
like
but
$10 cheaper?
Yeah, I was about to say you're selling $150 for $2 profit.
Then you'd also come across the thing of people being like, which I have no idea. I'm coming in blind to this concept, but. Then they'd see your product. There are some people that won't buy the cheapest thing just because they think it's poorly made or it's poor quality.
Yeah, but the thing with drop shipping is, especially with Spotify, is you have the same amount of you have the same products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, like, it'll have the same image, it'll be the same product, but it'll be sold by you, and you'll deal with all the customer service bullcrap if there's ever a flaw. But it's somebody else's product that you're selling, and you're making profit for selling it.
I see.
And it's like a good side hustle. I wouldn't say you can make a whole career out of it. And if you were, you'd have to probably have gotten started in 2017. But now it's just a really good side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's SMMAs, literally just running ads for businesses and getting paid for it.
I mean, truthfully, the thing that's been in my mind here recently, along with like the mushroom farming thing, is like just soaps and beard products and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a good business to get into. I mean, there's not a major amount of competitors for it.
I mean, there is online, but I mean, if you're making your own products, you got your local market that you can affect, and then as soon as you like begin to grow your network of people who love your products and you build a community around it, then you'll have your loyal customers
or your loyal viewers, and we thank you so much for that.
All 200 of you.
211.
11, yeah. I was about to say, is it 200?
Of those are just fake accounts I made to help follow you.
I mean, I wouldn't believe it because I've seen the pages of people. I look at all the subscribers.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to complain if somebody decides to buy 789 just bots to subscribe to us.
Mm-hmm. Why that number specifically?
You get to 1,000 subscribers and get monetized.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, I never could. I got like 34. Decided to give up.
And whenever you get monetized, I looked at it, $2 per 1,000 view.
Yeah, you don't really make a lot of money. The real way to make money through like videos and stuff and
is ads.
Not ads and Patreons. So like, I mean, a good idea for y'all, like if you ever pick up a lot of steam, your BTPs need to be behind a paywall for like a Patreon.
Or the good ones. Just give them a taste of it.
Yeah, just be like, this was the topic of this BTP.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey,
to find out what happened.
If this ever takes off, you best be able to capitalize on it and doing everything I can with it.
Yeah, I mean, like one good thing would be like, yeah, subscribe to our Patreon, and at the end of this episode, we're branding Trenton.
We're shaving my head.
Oh, gosh.
Brandon Trenton and shaving my head. And just all kind. I'm down to do some crazy stuff. I mean,
beard.
BT.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there right now. If we ever brand me on video, I don't know where you're gonna put it because
Live leak. Reddit.
you'll have to brand me like hip-ish area.
Oh no,
like,
I'm going right on the cheek.
No,
We'll
other
put a-
cheek. Like
I'm
go.
gonna get one of those cattle guns.
We'll put a
and
towel
little,
around
like,
you.
marker on you.
No, like I can just wear like a Speedo and then you can just brand my butt cheek.
No. Instead, I'm gonna get one of them cattle guns and just punch your ear.
Oh, tag my ear.
Yeah, tag
Oh, oh, that hurt.
Mm.
That one would hurt. That would get infected so quickly.
We need a subreddit.
So, I feel like if you look up the PCP subreddit, you're gonna
No,
you're gonna find
No.
something.
Look, we're not the PCP. We're the PC podcast.
PC podcast. Well, I mean, in other times, like PC means like politically correct or just personal computer. So
We're the Perry
There's a-
County podcast. PC podcast for short.
Yeah,
I get
just
it, I
because
get
we
it.
don't want to call it the PCP and then have people think, we're
It's
doing some
about-
hardcore
Yeah, we're
drugs.
talking about
Yeah.
hardcore drugs here.
I mean, it's been mentioned a couple times so far.
Yeah, we've had this conversation with a few people.
It always comes back up. We can't get away from it.
Yeah, I mean, could we have thought of our analogies a little earlier on?
Yes. This could be This could be a little more scripted instead of just made up on the fly.
Yeah, but I want to be as genuine then.
Yeah, I was about to say, we wing everything.
Now, some of them have been pretty well scripted.
Yeah. There's
But-
been some of them where we stayed to the book fairly tight.
If I come back, I'll have a script.
We'll put that old TV sitting up and we'll be rolling down the script.
Yeah,
We just
yeah,
won't
we'll
miss
have
a
a-
beat.
We'll have somebody give us flashcards in the back.
Yeah.
But
Just have like a bunch of post boards back there. Just
This is actually the third time we've had a live audience.
yes,
Yeah.
because we had one with
Christian Morales.
Christian Morales.
Episode
Second time we've had somebody named Christian on our podcast.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
He was a Mexican.
Yeah,
okay.
he is of Spanish heritage.
They call him Young Sleesh.
Yeah.
He's from across the river.
Then there was our hot pepper.
Well, oh yeah, this is the fourth time. But with Bryson Graves, there was Chip.
Yeah.
And then
Chip
there
sat in
was,
on that. And then now
Lily was
Savannah.
here. And now Savannah.
Yeah.
Who was here?
Oh, Lily was here for that one.
Oh,
with
yeah, for the
hot peppers.
I thought you said Olivia.
Not a fun time. The video got age restricted.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's crazy.
Probably from the amount of vomit.
the retching.
Learned my lesson. So now it's just
A little bit of white noise.
it's just a little bit of TV static.
Yeah.
Some people go to sleep listening to white noise. They have white noise machines
No,
that
they're
sounds like
crazy.
TV static.
They're crazy.
I mean, I don't think they quite all sound like TV static. It's mainly because some people just can't fall asleep to just like silence. They need
Yeah.
a little bit of something.
Yeah.
You know what's perfect to fall asleep to? Perry County Podcast.
Perry County Podcast, my friend.
Actually, the playlist is the best.
Playlist.
You turn on the playlist on YouTube, so when you fall asleep, you wake up to a whole different episode. You're like, oh man, I got to
Okay.
continue there.
Yeah. Tell me something. Give me a truth or dare, Trenton.
Truth or dare?
Yeah. Say dare.
Dare. Bet. I don't
Hey,
care.
my man, you gonna wear these the rest of the night?
Oh my gosh, you got a pair of those?
Yeah, man.
Before you put those on, let me see them.
I mean, somebody can wear them.
Oh my lord, I want to wear those.
Did you get these at Earthbound?
I did.
Why are they so heavy?
Because they're thick kaleidoscopes.
Oh my gosh.
Connor, I want those back.
That is...
Tell you what. I'll give you this. Since y'all love them so much.
Oh lord.
Yeah, remember when I wanted y'all to come play D&D at my house and y'all
Oh,
both
yeah.
flaked?
I hosted a boxing event that day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Bet.
Whoever gets the highest roll can have the glasses for the night.
Alright,
You got a 15.
You got a 10. Ha
Alright, fair enough.
Oh. Bet.
he has no idea what's going on right now.
Oh, no, he's going to be seeing about 6 of everything.
I can't see nothing. Man, it takes me back to the good old days when Connor used to break my glasses in school.
Oh, God.
I can tell you how many pairs I broke.
That's tough. I mean, I had
6.
rough runs like that.
Well, I threw a...
Except I didn't break no glasses. We just got talked into jumping off of cliffs together. Ever done that?
I have like 40 fingers
Jumped
right now.
Jumped off a balcony, not a cliff.
Yeah, that's true. At least I had the river to break my fall.
I have like 40 fingers right now.
Alright, so I can tell y'all a tale.
A tale of tales.
Yeah, we used to be into camping when I was a senior. In
A
high
wee
school.
lad.
Yeah, a wee lad. A few years ago. You want to hear about how I got talked into jumping off a cliff, or the night I got froze to my best friend?
The night you got frozen to your best friend.
I got frozen to your best friend.
That almost happened to us.
I bet it didn't happen like this.
Probably not.
Alright, pick.
No, you got
well,
frozen to your best friend.
Okay, so it was one of these nights. Normally, when we went camping, I brought all the stuff. Like, I had the biggest tent, I had all the stuff to cook with, and etc., etc. I had to work that night, but I was like, yeah, let's all go camping. It was one of the coldest nights of the year. It's like 4 in January. And we was like, we're going to do it. We don't care what everyone else says. We're going to show them that we can. I had to work, so I got off work at camp. And so I show up to our little campsite, and my good buddy Justice, he brought his little sister's tent. It was a 2-man tent, you know, the tent that's about the size of this table.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was 3 of us. So we had our food. We sat around the cold campfire because the firewood that they had cured was wetter than the buffalo itself.
Ooh.
Like, this fire did not burn. It just smoldered all night. There was no flames. It was just a cold smoke. And so we call it a night. We get in this small tent. Like, we all have to, like, bow up into, like, a ball for us to get in and then zip the tent up. And then we can, like, stretch out. And then we warp this tent. And the rain flies on. And it's so cold, as we breathe, all that rain, all our breath is condensating at the top of this tent. And from where I was, at the end of this, like, all that water came trickling down into my hair, down my wool sweater I was wearing, and, like, on, like, all over us. And it only affected me, really, because I had shaggy hair. So I woke up first thing in the morning. I didn't wear no toboggan or nothing. It was pretty warm, you know. Woke up, leaned up, heard like some crunching. I was like, oh God. I felt in my hair, it was froze solid. Like, there was hair, like my hair was froze, like my sweater I was wearing, the outer layers was just frozen. I was like, oh God, it was so cold. I was pretty warm, but I had ice just that had formed on the outside of me.
I'm going to see if I can make it outside to pee. I'll be right back.
Step over the cord.
Yeah, step over the cord.
So did y'all get froze together, like stuck together?
I mean, it wasn't really like stuck. There was like a thin layer of ice, but it's more dramatic when you say froze.
Trent's never gonna come back.
Oh no, he's not. He's gone.
Why don't you go ahead and just talk about you jumping off a cliff?
Okay, so this is the same group of friends. You'd think I should have had better friends. So they was like, hey man, it's like after school one day. We all met up at my house all the time. I don't know why. We just had a nice house, I guess. Still have one. Everyone pulled up. I was like, hey, we're gonna go swimming. I was like, okay, cool. So then they take me to this place. We're in the woods. This ain't no river. I was like, where are we going swimming? So we keep walking. Eventually, we're at the bluff. It's Duncan's camp, for everyone who wants to know. But here's the thing: I'm terrified of heights. I hate them. I think it's dumb. I think jumping off cliffs is the dumbest thing you can do. But in my youthful mind, I was like, well, we're here. We are going swimming. There is water at the bottom, and the safest way down is just to leap. So after most of my friends went, I let out like a scream because I was terrified. I ran and just leapt as hard as I could. And I kept telling myself, because they told me, it's like, oh, it's not a big cliff. It's only 10 feet. It is not 10 feet. I just believed them, even though it wasn't. It's probably like somewhere between like 30 to 45 feet. It's deep. You will fall for a long time. Like, as soon as I leapt and got in the air, I had enough time to look down at my friends below, scream at them, this isn't 10 feet, as I was plummeting to what I thought was my demise.
Where's this cord? I
How
hope you
deep's the
know,
water down there?
when it's dark outside, you don't see 6 of everything.
Okay.
Because I think this is light refraction.
What is it?
Or, yeah, refraction, not reflection.
Yeah. Probably so.
How deep was the water?
I mean, I didn't touch the bottom, so I really couldn't tell you. I've never been back since. That was the one and only time.
Ow.
It'll never happen again. That wasn't that hard. You'll be fine.
But hitting the water didn't feel good.
Oh, like I hit I was like flailing, so like I hit my arms like on the water like a flat surface. You know how you get like when you do a belly flop, like all the pain you feel in your stomach.
Yeah.
That was the pain I just felt like in this small little area right here. I'm pretty sure I did bruise my forearms.
That's just.
And so the fun wasn't over. I thought, okay, great, we're now all in the water. We can swim and have a good time. No, it was time to climb up the bluff. There was like this rope that was like a piece of hay string. So you got to hold on to the rope and climb up this wet, rocky bluff and not slip and fall to your death. So apparently I also did because I didn't know the area. I wasn't familiar with it, so I followed them, climbed up the sketchy bluff. And then everyone's like, wait, should we jump off again? I was like, I'm not. I started walking back to the car. It's like, I'm done. It's bad.
Oh gosh. Well, obviously, you've calmed down just a little bit. I'd say.
I just don't have free time.
But how's the married life?
That's been great. I mean, it's really great. I mean, when you do find somebody and settle down, I mean, it's like, man, I'm living with my best friend. Like, every day is fantastic.
Oh, my God.
You're going to be okay.
Look at the lights.
He's just freaking out.
There's like 42 of them. I'm looking at like 42 ring lights right now. This is great.
So you're going up on almost 2 years now?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years being married?
It'll be 2 years on May 21st.
May 21st, the day before we graduate.
We'd graduate May 19th.
3 days after we graduate.
But
we'll get you a planner for your graduation gift.
Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna lose it.
but
I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on top.
like, what's one of your like craziest stories of like you and Savannah just like at y'all's house something weirdly weird or crazy happening? What? Give me one of your crazy stories.
Well, one of them, it happened on our honeymoon. So, we misread how long we were actually booked for our little resort. We stayed at Myrtle Beach at the Palace. It's a wonderful place if anyone gets to go. So, our last day there, we didn't even think it was our last day, honestly. So, we went to the beach that morning to hang out, just be at the beach. We come back soaking wet, and our code doesn't work to get into our Airbnb. And it was bad. And so it was like a hotel / Airbnb combo, like, because it was a resort, like, so a corporation
Okay,
bought out.
I got to sub out for a minute. Ooh,
Pass them over.
you can hang on to those for a little bit. I'm getting a headache.
Anyway, like, it was very terrifying being locked out because all our stuff was in there. All I had to my name was a pair of swimming trunks. In South Carolina. No keys, no nothing. And finally, we get a hold of something, and we get to reset the code. But that was probably the most terrifying experience of my life. Then we went to a seafood buffet afterwards, because we're now homeless.
Yeah.
Because we were kicked out of our honeymoon a day short.
What?
So we went to this like Captain Jack's seafood buffet. I think the Russian mafia might be involved there because all the staff there was like strictly Russian. Like, we had this one lady. Our waitress, her name was like Catalina, and I was like, "Hey, where are you from?" Like, because she had an accent. She's like, "I'm from Russia," and disappeared. Didn't see her the rest of the night. I want to ask for a refill before I ask if I know him.
But you ever been to like Golden Corral?
I haven't.
The Golden Corral is the place to go. Mm-hmm. They have everything.
I mean,
they got mac and cheese and pizza.
Is that everything to you?
Yes.
Look, man, like...
You subbing out on the glasses for a little bit?
Already?
Yeah. Well, like, it's not that I'm subbing out for them. It's just I'd like to actually know what's going on.
I was having a great time until my head started hurting.
Yeah, well, I do want to ask you. I'd like to hear this story again about whenever you put in your fire detectors at your house.
Oh God! So this is why I said my house is haunted. I bought this fancier carbon monoxide fire alarm, so it'll vocally tell you what kind of issues you have going on. So I installed it in my living room. I have a wood stove to heat my house. That's why I did it. I wanted to have the top of the line since I literally have a fire in my house in the wintertime. So this is while I'm still living the single life. It was just me, my 2 dogs, and our ghost. So the dogs get tore up, like they're screaming their heads off. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Witching hours, man.
The witching hour.
Yeah.
And so I come out of the bedroom and I go outside, and like there's this just bitter wind and this like blood curdling just howl. It ain't like nothing I ain't ever heard before. It sounded like a banshee. Like it wasn't no coyote, it wasn't no like bobcat or nothing. It was just like a shriek. It sounded like a woman screaming.
Bobcat. That's exactly what that was.
Well, I mean maybe. But, like, it chilled me to the bone. And you might not think bobcat once this story is finished. So I go back inside. I close all the doors. I'm sitting on the couch with the 2 dogs. They're, like, cowering in fear, too, which is not like them because, like, at this point, if anything's in the yard, they kill it. Like, I wake up nowadays, there's just dead animals. Like, possum, just pieces everywhere. Boris is a menace. But, anyway.
Possum pieces.
So, like, I try to go back to bed. And then as I'm walking by my fire detector, or my fire alarm, it just says, fire. It doesn't even go off or anything else. It just says, fire. And I'm, like, freaking out. So I'm checking my wood stuff. I'm like, oh, God, like, do I got something, like, building up in my chimney? Do I got chimney fire going on? No, my logs are just still smoldering away. Like, burning fine. We're good. So I'm sitting there just on the couch just freaking out. Because I'm like, oh, God, my house is burning down. Like, Bigfoot's outside going to eat me.
Do I want to burn or do I want to be eaten alive by whatever is outside?
Yeah, like whatever cryptid's out there waiting to like strip my flesh from my bones.
You eat babies.
Yeah. Anyway, so like I'm sitting on the couch. Like Boris is still like a little puppy. He can't do anything, and Daisy's just an old dog. So we're both sitting on the couch together. Like I'm just trying to sleep. I'm like, oh God, I'm so tired. And I start hearing like that doesn't work. A thump. Let me find something that'll work. Here we go. Like a. Under my floorboards, right where I'm laying.
Oh.
And so I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, what's going to happen? It was terrible. I had to. I just turned on the TV and tried to ignore it. And so after that, I thought my house is haunted. Sometimes I wake up, all my cabinet doors are open. Just the other day, I was just walking by, and I have this little like shelf on the top on my toilet tank, like it's where I keep my toilet paper.
Yeah.
It just flung off and into the floor. All my toilet paper went everywhere. And Savannah was like, did you do that? I was like, no, I'm in the kitchen.
You remember that time that me, you, and Dad, I guess we were going to Dixon to get a battery for the Impala in his expedition. Mm-hmm. And we drove past the radio. We drove past the cemetery and the radio, like, freaked out.
I don't, but I don't doubt it.
And it sounded like a little girl talking.
Oh, God.
And then the swing up there was swinging back and forth.
Mm-hmm. I don't doubt it.
That was the freakiest crap. I was a little kid, and I was sitting there in the back seat freaking out. And y'all were like, supernatural. And I was like, oh.
No, we don't like supernatural.
The coolest thing from Supernatural then to me was just heat of the moment.
Yeah, it was a good song. It had a great soundtrack.
It did have a great soundtrack.
But
I want to go back and rewatch Supernatural now.
Watch season 1 through 5. It kind of just, they kind of like jump the shark after that.
Yeah.
But, let's see. What about favorite places y'all have traveled to? What traveling have y'all got to do? I know you've been to Louisiana a lot.
Yeah. Been to Louisiana a few times. I've got to travel quite a bit because my dad works off on the pipeline. A lot of family works off on the pipeline. North Dakota is a beautiful place.
Okay, good too.
No, I heard Todd was telling the story the other day about Jim, his dad. And he walked up to him one day. He said, son, I about bought you something. He said, but I didn't know if you'd like it. He was like, well, all right. He was like, well, can I at least know what it was? That way I can tell you if I would have liked it or not. He was like, yeah, I found a place that's 540 acres.
Oh, wow.
It was 540 acres for like $300 an acre in North Dakota.
Wow.
He said, but I didn't know if you'd want that or not. He said, I just didn't worry about it. He looked at him, he goes, Dad, I love you, but as of right now, I want to knock your teeth out.
Almost reminds me of, remember when we were sitting there, we were sitting with Papa one night, and he just decided that he ought to just take us, and we ought to just drive out to...
We were going to travel the world.
Yeah.
Travel the world and kill quail?
Yeah, we was going to
go see quail?
No, it was elk hunting.
Oh, elk hunting.
We was going to go kill elk. We was going to go out to Washington.
He was sitting there. Now, listen, he has a round table like this, but his glass is a little bit bigger. And me and him went down there. I don't know why we went down there to see him, but we were visiting. And he's got his whiskey right here, and he's sitting here on the table like this. He's got his arm. He takes his glasses off and lays them on the table. He's got
looks us dead in the eyes.
He had like a newspaper in front of him too, or something. He was looking at something.
He's reading. No, it was like the cattle paper. It was like cattle magazine.
Yeah. And he was sitting there, and he was like, just shaking his head, like, and then he was just being dead serious. Looked us in the eyes and told us all that. He's like, you know what? We ought to just load up and go
to Washington.
You should have said, well, let's go, Papa.
We did.
And
Nothing ever came of it.
Yeah, he also wanted to, get a tri-tune and all and all of his grandsons, all of us, go on the Tennessee all the way to, where was it? Chattanooga and back.
In a tri-tune?
On a tri-tune, yes.
You'd have never made it.
No, should have got a houseboat for all of us. There's a lot of grandsons.
You'd have had to start.
I think he was thinking more of, he'd be up there steering, and then we'd be like his pirate deckhand.
I guess. I mean, with a tri-tune, there's really nothing other than you just drive it.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Oh, great, it's raining.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
It's the rainy seasons.
It really is.
What else do we got going on?
I was going to ask you this. Alongside of being married, you're about to be a future father. You got any thoughts about that?
I mean, it's exciting.
Nervous at all?
I mean, I get a little nervous. I mean, I gotta find some time to get my stuff in order, but I will soon.
You gonna
how much longer do you have till the baby's due?
It is weird. Little Stanley is coming here in March. So we're in the final stretch.
Oh, buddy.
Connor's gonna be an uncle in March.
Exactly.
I hope that baby is born on March 13th.
13th?
Yes.
Why 13th?
Because then it'll share a birthday with Todd McKeag.
See, I'm hoping for St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
21st birthday is going to be the best birthday of his life.
Yeah.
He'll have some Irish blood any morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That means he can celebrate St. Patty's Day to the fullest.
I mean, I did one of those ancestry DNA things. Like, it was one of my Christmas presents I got a couple years ago. Our DNA, it flip-flops. Sometimes, like, the main four groups of it is, there's really not that much Irish. It's a lot of Scottish, and then it just says, basically around the UK, so it could be, like, a little bit of Ireland, northwestern Europe, or Britain. And then sometimes, then it's a little bit of Germanic Europe. And then sometimes it'll sprinkle in, like, 1% Native American. And then sometimes it'll take that away and be like 2% Norway. We're just something, I guess.
Different kind of breed. Different kind.
I'd like to know where you get that melon head of yours.
Go ask K-Ron Tinin. Not the cardboard version. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, cardboard for it. Pretty cool.
But
the original Kevron 10-0.
We're going to beat him.
We're going to beat him.
I mean,
he has 200 and what, 50?
No, 222, buddy.
222?
If you want to talk about genetics, I want to see what happens if you just let your beard grow.
I was starting to. I got about a week in it, and it got to the point where it was long and noticeable, and it was just in that weird itchy phase, and I was just like...
Listen, you got
to go through the itchiness.
Look, it just don't grow right. I got missing patches.
I had that right up under there, too.
Right here, this line. Mm-hmm. And I get, like, every time I try to get pretty serious about growing it out, I get, like a full month into it, and then I'm like, yeah, but I do look goofy when I shave, and it's just that mustache, because you can notice it.
Mm-hmm. Just grow it out. Listen, I'm making beard products. You got to grow it out.
Okay, fine. I just want a sponsorship.
You know what I thought about doing, just because I know that with my genetics I will never be able to grow any amount of facial hair.
Get a mohawk?
No, I do not want
a mohawk. Goes into a mullet.
Absolutely.
No. But
Mohawk.
have you seen those things where it's like supplements you take? It's like a 30-day thing.
Don't. If anything says it can fix your problems in 30 days, it's lying to you.
Or I don't know.
That's going to mess you up real bad.
Yeah, you're going to mess with your body. You do not want to do that.
You're gonna
I
get
don't know if
hooked
it
on
was
goblin
30 or
juice.
60 days, but I know somebody that done it and it worked.
Who?
So, do you know Autumn? Well, you know the lady that works up. Well, she hit your mailbox one day. I can't think of her name
Yeah,
right now.
Mindy.
Yeah, Mindy. You know her daughter Autumn?
I guess.
It's her husband, boyfriend, whatever it is. Trevin. I don't know. Trevin did it, and it worked for him.
Oh, you got my Autumn drives a little white car, a little white box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Autumn.
He said it worked for him, so I'm going to try.
He tried all the sodas, by the way. Drunk all of them.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
They weren't nothing. I actually like the mustard one.
it was
I
tolerable.
I didn't try the mustard one.
It was fine.
It was tolerable. It was better than that nasty wing one, though. Ugh.
The wing one.
And the
like,
bacon
look,
one was trash.
Look, I came
The
in
wing one
those,
tasted like orange Fanta with way too much cinnamon in it.
Yeah, like it had like a weird like. It wasn't really burn. It was almost like a. It was like speck. It was like somebody was just like dropping little speckles on your mouth and throat.
I didn't get that, but again, it was flat. So
Hey, at least the corn one was carbonated.
it was.
He got the best of the corn.
It was great.
It was great.
It was carbonated still?
Mm-hmm. And when he opened it, it went. Mm-hmm. That corn was so good. I don't know why you and Jackson didn't like it. It was
I
all
just
right.
wasn't a fan
It
of it.
tastes great.
It just tasted like you was drinking corn.
Yeah.
Just corn water.
You like your big glass of the good old golden corn water?
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Corn water.
Ain't nothing like it.
You should have. I wish I would have saved some of that cake for you.
I've got
I
about
mean, look, I think I could probably bake y'all some proper cakes.
3.5 years till I can have any kind of good corn water.
3.5 years.
I got it.
Oh. But
That's rough. Yeah, I think I can make y'all's cakes and actually make it taste good and be tolerable.
No.
I think I
I'm
can.
not ingesting any more cakes.
no, we're done with cakes. But maybe in the future we can do like.
More like a pie.
No.
We could do weird pies.
Look, man. If you really think about it, food's really weird. If you think about, like you like marshmallows?
Yeah.
It's made from bones.
Fair enough.
Weird marshmallow. Weird Jello.
Weird Jello. Hey, man, like
If you could make us some weird Jello and don't look or
There's
smell
this-
like death, then
hey, man,
I'm
there's
in.
some.
Because that pig feet cake smelled so bad. It had Dad. Dad caught a whiff of it and
Hey,
went and
look,
threw up
look.
3 times in the bathroom. All I heard was.
Hey, you're trying to be not age restricted. But hush.
It's cool if you make the sound, you just can't show it.
Oh, look. Here's the thing. Like, there's this one YouTube. I mean, you know Life of Boris.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. One of his earlier recipes was some kind of like Soviet meat jelly that they made in like the USSR.
Ugh.
I think the first step is you gotta boil pig feet. Like, you gotta do it. And
No.
like,
Do you know like what we had to go through to get those pig feet though?
I heard it was a journey.
Well,
It
we
was-
started out.
It was an expedition.
We were gonna go
You
to.
just came to my house.
Could just got some fresh pig feet.
Yeah.
Then they wouldn't have been pickled right.
Says it has to be pickled.
I don't know how to cook pig feet, so I'd rather them be pickled till they're already cooked.
Look, if you don't know how to cook something, drop it in a pot of boiling water. May not be the best way to cook it, but it's the safest.
Cereal.
That's how you make oatmeal.
Yeah.
Drop some grains in some hot water.
But we went to the Save-A-Lot
Mm-hmm.
in Parsons. It was closed because evidently they closed at like 5
5
o'clock.
5 on a
Sunday.
Sunday. Wow.
Well, I mean, they gotta go home.
And then we went to the Food Giant over there. They didn't have it. We checked the dollar store over there. They didn't have it. And then we checked Johnson's.
They were closed.
They were closed.
Well, because y'all went shopping on a Sunday.
So we ended up going down to Scotts Hill.
Mm-hmm. Y'all got them at the Piggly Wiggly, didn't you?
Yep.
I mean, that just makes sense. Should have went to Loboville. I mean, before it was the Piggly Wiggly Express, the CBs, I'm pretty sure they had the same jar of pig feet sitting there since like 1967.
I know. That's what I always thought. I thought there was just a jar of pig feet sitting there,
Like,
in
I
the,
remember
right
it
there
through my
before
entire
the-
childhood, right on like that freezer section in that back wall.
Sitting on the
There's just
freezer.
jar of pig feet. That's why I was like, oh god, that's gross as a kid.
No, he eats them every day.
I don't eat them, no. I don't. Probably the weirdest thing though I've eaten is a guinea pig.
You ate a guinea pig?
I have, yeah.
How was it?
It's a little bit chewy. It was on a mission trip. We was in Peru. It's one of their delicacies. Like, we have rabbits here. People hunt, people go hunt rabbits, whatever. South America, they got guinea pigs. That's where they're native from. The only reason they're pets is because some conquistadors thought they were cute.
So, on your mission trip,
Yes.
if I remember this correctly, you may have witnessed an exorcism.
It was something like that, man. It was pretty wild. So we go into this place, like this little house is like ice cold. There's this man who's like bedridden, like has a cross, like upside down, like satanic cross painted on his forehead with like some black paint. And like he has these two older women that I guess is probably like his mom and his aunt or something, just taking care of him. And this dude, I swear, he had like his eyes were just black eyes. Really creepy feeling in there. Like that kind of feeling you walk in somewhere like chill just goes down your spine.
Yeah.
And so like he's with this preacher and they're like, we're gonna like pray for him and do all this stuff. And so here's the thing, I didn't really know what was going on. My translator, he got scared, so he left. So I decided I'll go with him. And it was at that time we had school was letting out, kids are gonna go home. I was like, hey kids, let's go play soccer. So I just went out and played soccer and got schooled by some like 7-year-olds.
Sorry for the
Intermission.
Our camera just died. And I didn't realize it.
We talked too long. We were talking something about Papaw, wasn't we?
Yeah, we was talking about the cows, but y'all have off camera grabbed some beans.
Yes. I have eaten my beans.
You've got a handful of
Miscellaneous beans.
One of those is liver and onions, or what's the good part? Cappuccino.
Oh, so the liver and onions is the good part. It's this little brown bean, I bet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's liver and onions.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's one of those you got. I think it might be barf.
It might be.
I don't know. I took the lid off that box just a second ago, and I could immediately. There was an aroma hit me immediately, and I'm just not a fan.
You eat all of them?
Yep, all at once.
That's how you got to do that game. I mean, the bad ones are going to overpower the good ones anyways, even if you eat them one at a time.
Well, he's eating these crazy beans, and I'm enjoying myself some good old Village pizza.
You know, the best pizza around.
The best pizza around. The home
Boys,
of pizza in Perry County.
I'm just going to go ahead and put this out
It
there.
just tastes like bubble gum.
My toes are very cold at the moment.
Are they?
Yes.
I am very cold. So, just to wrap things up, won't even ask you to step off. Help us in our fight. This
Against
guy right here.
Kevin Tinin. We are 11 subscribers away from tying him. 12 to beat him.
As recording. So, help us beat Kevin Tinin. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. A lot of people overlook it. It's totally free, and you can undo it at any time.
And we appreciate it greatly. Y'all don't know how much that means to us. Seriously.
And if you got a mom, a grandma, a dad, a granddad, a cousin, a brother, a sister,
sign them all up.
sign them all up. We got to fight Kevin Tinin.
Why you gotta fight Kevin Tinin?
He started this war.
He started this war.
He started this war over 18 years ago when Connor was born.
That seems a bit rough.
But, yeah, we got, you've seen the merch in the other podcast. We got more merch up.
I
Link
haven't
is in
seen
the
the merch.
description.
How do I go and find the merch?
Link
It is
is
in
in the
link
description.
of the description
wow.
in every single video.
Good deal.
BTP's podcast, you name it. It's always in the description.
Sweet.
We've done away with our regular podcast merch. That was that's founder merch.
This is honestly probably one of the last 3 or 4 sold.
Nice.
We have BTP merch now, and we got a retro design. So it's like a colored Viking. It's like a retro looking one, and we sell a jersey and cups and that. So, yeah, thank you again as always for watching and talking with us because it's just our nature.
Signing out.